Welcome into BLTV Channel 6. I'm Brian Kell. We are talking with many candidates that are throughout our service territory area that find themselves in contested races, and this is one of those interviews. We are pleased to bring via Zoom into the BLTV universe on Channel 6, Miss Macey Dawson Gurley, who is running for Van Buren White County Republican Primary General Sessions Judge nominee, I guess is the best way to put that.
Yes.
Welcome in, Macey.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I tell you what, why don't you tell us just a little bit about you?
So, as you said, my name is Macey Dawson Gurley. I'm a local girl. I was born and raised in White County, currently live in White County. I currently practice in White County. That's where my office is located. I'm an attorney. No surprise there. And like I said, my office is based in White County, but I primarily practice in both White and Van Buren County. Very frequent on both circuits. So, everything that I do in my practice, I wear the badge of a country lawyer with pride, is everything that goes before a general sessions judge: orders of protection, speeding tickets, detainer actions, divorces, custody, the whole kit and caboodle I handle. In addition to my private practice, I also currently represent every single child in DCS custody in White and Van Buren County.
Family?
Yes, I have a husband. We have 4 children together.
Awesome. Good deal. Well,
I always forget them, so thank you. And I feel so terrible.
No, that's fine. That's fine. What do you feel like qualifies you to be a judge beyond the law degree?
So obviously, that's a prerequisite, the law degree in being a lawyer. But like I said, kind of a little bit about me is I've handled every type of case that's been before a general sessions court, particularly in White and Van Buren County, sometimes tenfold, divorce, custody, probably 100-fold at this point. I've been practicing for going on 9 years, and it's always been in private practice. So in White County, I had my 3rd year practice certificate when I was in law school. So I guess that adds another year of practice, but that was in Virginia, so it was a lot different. But my advocacy for children, being the guardian ad litem or the child advocate in those cases, most people don't realize the role that those attorneys play in those proceedings, and the determination and what the court looks for is for us to independently evaluate the facts and circumstances of the child to make decisions regarding the safety and welfare of the child or what's in the child's best interest. And so the court has tasked me with that, and I don't take that job lightly. And so I've been able to really make those tough decisions. Should this child be removed from their parents? Should this child be placed primarily with mom or dad? Should this child go home with mom or dad? Is it safe? Is it appropriate? Making those tough decisions, I've have a variety of experiences in handling, and so that really allows me, above my law degree, to look into that. I also own the building that my practice is in, and so I rent space. I know that the management, the business side of that as well.
I'm not an expert in law by any stretch of the imagination, but I do know that there can be those Latin terms, and it can get really confusing for somebody like me. So I guess maybe in plain English, maybe to the average person that's out there listening to this and watching this, can you explain your judicial philosophy?
So particularly on a general sessions level, it's pretty simple. I think it's so interesting being a candidate in a judicial race, because a lot of what I can't really discuss as far as this is what I hope to change, because I have to take the law of Tennessee and apply it to the facts and make a decision. So it's not, like I said, overly heavy on that. But in general sessions, particularly, what I see is so many times individuals don't even have attorneys come with them to court, whether it's dealing with a land dispute or a contract dispute, or an order of protection. It's representing themselves. And so my judicial philosophy with myself on the bench is giving people their day in court. It's a very simple standard, but it's something that people want to be heard on. They want to feel heard on. And so I want to ensure that every individual that comes before me is heard, is seen, is treated with respect in that process and given that decision. And like I said, given their day in court is so significant, because you're really meeting people and seeing people in the biggest thing that they might ever deal with. And so giving them, it might be my everyday, even as an attorney, it's one case maybe with many, but treating them with respect and knowing that they have that sense of, okay, well, at least the judge heard me out and decided this, and I know why I decided the way that I did, is so important to me.
So how will you balance being an independent judge and also an elected official?
So again, I am bound by the Constitution. I'm bound by the laws of Tennessee. I don't take that lightly. It is my job. I know my family has been some of my toughest critics when I announced that I was running. A lawyer running for and a politician. So they asked me, "What are my thoughts? What am I feeling? What am I going to do here?" And I said, "It's really simple. I take the law and I apply it to the facts." And so if I want to, particularly when it comes with kids, because that's probably the most discretion that a general sessions judge would have. And being in a small town, like I said, I was born and raised here, I practice here. So being on the bench, obviously I'll run into those same individuals who have potentially supported me on this campaign cycle. So there, I imagine, will be conflicts of interest and things that pop up, but ensuring that I honor the Constitution and continue to follow the law will be the best way to balance that. And my family is here, so I'll still be out in the community and doing that. It'll just be in a different role.
Yeah. What are the biggest changes you think we need to make to our justice system?
So I have to give credit to the current general sessions judge. He has done a wonderful job of allowing people to be heard, following the law. Really, what I want to do is take what he has continuously done for the last 24 years and move forward with it. And what that looks like is I certainly want to bring technology and accessibility to the courtroom. The justice system is certainly an imperfect system ran by imperfect people, but I think it is having transparency and particularly with general sessions, it's a bench trial. I'll never impanel a jury, so all the decisions will come from me. Having that level of transparency and consistency, which the court has now, I think will be so important to continue. As far as technology and accessibility, keeping dockets, keeping calendars. I think the people think that court is over here and then the public stays away from it, but I really want to be pragmatic about how that information gets to the people. Like I said, I want to have online calendars and things like that, so the people are informed and we can really continue to move and keep the accessibility and the flow moving forward.
How will you handle conflicts of interest from the bench?
So particularly being in private practice, in a lot of cases that I've handled, some of my current clients might come before me and obviously advocated for their interest. Judges are governed by the Tennessee Judicial Code of Conduct. Obviously, adhering to that is the most important, but the recusal process. I have worked in front of other judges throughout the district, throughout the Upper Cumberland, and they've spoken with me when they found out that I had announced and I was seeking this position. And so they've already told me that we could, sit by interchange is what it's called, and handle those cases should it arise, because I imagine that there will. And the guide that we have to look at is the appearance of impropriety, which is it's a very significant standard. So I want to be sure, obviously, that the attorneys on the cases are aware of the situation. That's the first thing. Kind of goes back to my transparency, is explaining that to the attorneys. They can, of course, ask for my recusal, or I can do it on my own behalf should there be a conflict.
Yeah. Next question I've got is kind of a two-parter. How do you define injustice? And then how will you deal with injustice when you confront it in the courtroom?
So that is something that I have learned quickly, becoming an attorney and practicing, is that injustice to a person is not always translated to injustice in the law. So someone may feel that they were slighted in some way, and there might not be a crime that you can attach it to or a claim that you can attach it to. But it kind of goes back to what I previously said. So many people want to be heard on that injustice, whatever the basis that they brought before me, whatever claim they brought before me. And I think having them obviously give them their day, like I previously said, having that information put before me and then rendering a decision, explaining to them, we call it findings of fact, make findings of fact, or the reasons why I am deciding the way that I'm deciding, and tying it to the law. Most people, whether it be my clients or people I've observed in the courtroom, can accept that, can accept, okay, it may not have went in my favor, but at least the judge is following the law, because everyone wants a judge to follow the law should it be pointed to. And I think that that's the best way that you can address injustices in the courtroom.
Macey, Dawson, Gurley, we appreciate your time, but I guess finally here at the end, feel free to talk to the person out there that's watching this in White and Van Buren County as to why you're the best person they should vote for in this upcoming election.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity. I know there are 5 candidates in our race, and when you're looking at all of them, certainly all of my information, my contact information is on my website and on social media. You can learn more about me, my family, that I so frequently forget to mention. I just get into the brass tacks of everything as far as court and the merits of that. But, it goes back. Obviously, my biggest reason in running is my family. I am raising them in this community, and I want to make sure that the individuals that make the decisions that affect my kids have the conviction of the law behind them, have the conviction of care in the effect that that would have. And both of those I commit to, and I don't take lightly. Like I said, my advocacy of children, I've been in the homes of families. I've made those tough decisions. I've sat with parents as their children were being removed, explaining the process. I've explained the process to teenagers who are being removed from their families due to delinquent acts or whatever the situations may be. I practice in this town. I live in this town, and I care very much about the effect that that has. So I think that that's what really distinguishes me in a sea of candidates.
She is a nominee, or she is a candidate, I should say, on the Republican primary side for General Sessions Judge and Van Buren and White County. Macey, Dawson, Gurley, thank you so much for joining us here on BLTV Channel 6.
Thank you.
And we want to remind everyone out there that on May 3rd, Tuesday, May 3rd, that night, 7 o'clock, we will have live 6-county coverage of the election returns that night. So be sure and join us as we look to bring in the numbers here on BLTV Channel 6. Thank you for joining us during this time, and have a great day.